There are many different APIs that we can use here to create a COVID tracker application. Some of those APIs are free, but some of those are also paid ones. Obviously for this course here, I will use a free API so we can all work together here. API is called Coronavirus COVID-19 API and you can find it on Postman. So what we can see here on this page, first of all, on the left side we do have this sidebar with all of these different requests that we can send. Also at the bottom of this sidebar we can see some premium requests. Those ones are not free, but we will focus on the ones that are free for us. For example, this by country data or live data that we need, and even summary data that we need as well. So let's see how this data will look. I will click on this summary request and it will immediately move this page to the summary request. Here I will see the URL that I should ping to get this data, and down below I have some specifics like headers that I need to send, which this is by default sent, and also the basic authentication, which is not important here. On the right side of this request we can see the data and how the data will look. If I click view more button here, it will open up this data, well, in a bigger picture, and we can see all of this data here. Scroll to the top of this data and there you will see this global object that is important to us. This global object will hold the latest data for COVID-19. So we can see the new deaths that happened, we can see the total number of deaths, we can see total confirmed cases that happened, and we can also see totally recovered cases as well. After this global, we can see, well, data for specific countries. So if you keep scrolling down, each of these objects presents one country, like Angola for example. We can see the date of this data, which was the starting date of COVID in this country, well, of coronavirus, and we can see how many cases happened that day. For example, there were 10 cases, 2 of those are totally recovered, and also there is 2 deaths as well. So we will work with this data here and we will present that data in our application. Also, if you are familiar with Postman and you also have it installed on your machine, you can click on this run in Postman button and you can also run all of these requests in Postman directly, so you could test those as well. Also, if you visit covid19api.com website, this is the official website of the API that we just looked upon. So here you can subscribe to that API, you can also see how many requests happened by now, and also different projects that supported this API as well. If you keep scrolling down, you can get more information about the API and also what you can do with it and the pricing of the API as well. But as I already mentioned, we will work with the free version of this API, which is good enough for our example here, for our own COVID tracker. And now that you get a grasp of this API a bit, pause this course for at least 5 to 10 minutes. Take those few minutes and just go a bit through this API so you could maybe properly understand it and also realize the scope of work that we will do here. This is important because in the next video we will make sure to get our summary data from this API. So let's do that now.